Solving Equations, Part 5. In today's lesson, students will solve two-step equations by dividing by the coefficient. By doing what? Very good. So now you know how to solve one-step equations. We can start to learn how to solve two-step equations. How to solve what? Two-step equations. So if I say two steps, how many steps do you think that there are? There's two. That's right. So we're going to go ahead and fill in the blanks on these notes. And it says, when solving, how many steps? Two. You're going to write two step. Okay, equations. First, you're going to do the opposite to both sides. Okay, write that down. Okay, so first, if you see a number is being added to both sides, you're going to do the opposite. What's the opposite of addition? It's subtraction. If you see that a number is being subtracted from both sides, or there's a negative whatever number next to the x, what's the opposite of negative? It's positive. So you're going to add to both sides. All right, so you know how to do that. Next, you're going to divide both sides by the, and the new word is coefficient. Coefficient. You're going to divide both sides by the coefficient. Okay? So some of you may have, who's heard this word before? Coefficient. Okay? Who's heard this word? Anybody? Okay, so go ahead. We're going to clap the syllables in this word because it's a long word. We're going to clap. Coefficient. Again. Coefficient. How many syllables? There's 4 syllables in that word. So we're going to write it again. And I'm going to tell you what the coefficient is. You're going to write the coefficient is the number touching x. Okay, the number touching x. So if I say the word coefficient, coefficient is another word that means number. For example, you all know this example. If I write 2x, all right? Okay, what's the coefficient in 2x, in the term 2x? The coefficient is what? It's the number, right? So it's 2. And x, remember what x is called? It's a letter. What's another word for letter? It starts with a V. Anybody? It's a variable, right? Okay, so this is the coefficient and this is the variable, all right? Go ahead and get that down. So let's show you an example of how to solve two-step equations. Now, we're going to solve this equation like we start all equations, which is you're going to separate both sides with a t. Yeah? Okay. Okay, now, instead of circling x, you can now circle 2x. Okay, 2x. Now we want to try and get x by itself. The way that we do that is first, we do the opposite to both sides. Now we circle the 2x so that we know that the number that is next to 2x is what? What number is this? It's a positive 8. What's the opposite of a positive 8? It's a negative 8. Okay, I'm going to make the negative red so you can see the difference. Okay, now we're going to do the operations on both sides. A positive 8 and a negative 8 make 0, so we cross them out. Now we can bring down the 2x. Now 2x equals 20, take away 8. Okay, 20 take away 8. Remember, you cannot take 8 from 0. So you have to right? Look, is 8 more than 0? Is there more on the floor? Yes, you got to go next door. grab 1 10, and that's 10 ones more. So you think, all right, well, what's 10 minus 8? It's 2. Bring down the 1. So now 2x equals 12. 2x equals 12. Now remember, okay, I'm going to make it blue. Can you tell me what the number 2 is called? Okay, it's Mr. 2, right? You have Mr. 2 and Miss X. Mr. 2 is called, starts with a C, remember? Coefficient. So the second step is to divide both sides by the coefficient. So what are you going to divide both sides by? You're going to divide by 2, right? Divide, make the division bar, divide by 2, divide by 2. Very good. And now remember that 2 divided by 2, any number divided by itself is 1. You're left with x equals, what is 12 divided by 2? What's 12 divided by 2? How many times can you skip count by 2 to get to 12? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So how many tallies do we have? It's 6. So here, x equals 6. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the check. We're going to do it down here. Write the original equation, 2x plus 8 equals 20. Put parentheses around the x. What is x? X, we're going to substitute 6 in the place of x. So we're going to say, so when you put 6 in the place of x, you say, does 2 times 6 plus 8 give you 20? Is that a true statement? 2 times 6 is what? 12. Plus 8, is that 20? What is 12 plus 8? Is that 20? Yes. So you're going to say 20 does equal 20, and then you write a check. Okay, read the next example with me. It says 5x plus 14 equals 49. Okay, so first you have to draw a T to separate both sides of the equation, and now what I want you to do is I want you to circle 5x. We're going to look at the number that is next to the term 5x. What number is this? Positive 14. Okay. So really the first thing you're going to do is do what? You want to do the opposite to both sides. So what's the opposite of positive 14? It's negative 14. Very good. Okay. Now we're going to do the operations, okay? Positive 14 and a negative 14 make 0. You're going to bring down 5x, okay? And we're going to make 5 blue, because that is the coefficient. Okay, so now 5x equals 49, take away 14. So we have two-digit subtraction. 9 take away 4, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And then 4 minus 1 is 3. So now we have 5x equals 35. Asking you in another way, what number times x gives you 35? Anybody know? Anybody know? It is 7, that's right. What do you have to do to both sides to get 7? What do you have to do? Remember, Mr. 5 and Miss X are married, and X wants to be a single lady. So they want to get a divorce, right? So you're going to divide both sides by 5. And then 5 divided by 5 is 1. And now x equals 35 divided by 5. Again, 35 divided by 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. What is it? It's 7. Very good. Now let's check our answer by writing the original equation, which is 5x plus 14 equals 49. Again, whenever you have a number that touches x, you call it a what? It's coefficient. But you want to put parentheses around the x. Put 7 in the place of x. All right? So is 5 times 7 plus 14, does that give you 49? Well, 5 times 7 is, remember, 5 times 7 is 35. If we add 14, does it give you 49? Right? Think about it. If 49 minus 14 is 35, then isn't 35 plus 14 49? Isn't it true? So 49 equals 49, and the statement is true. Go ahead and get that down. 6x minus 29 equals 25. Pop quiz. What is the 6 called in 6x? It's called the coefficient. It's called the what? It's called the coefficient, right? Okay. So to solve this two-step equation, First, you're going to draw a T to separate both sides of the equation. And I want you to circle the term 6x, because we're going to try and get 6 by itself and get rid of the coefficient, who is 6. Okay, look at the number that is touching or that is next to 6x. What number is this right here? Negative 29, right? What is the opposite of negative 29? It's positive 29. So here we're going to add 29 to both sides, okay? First example where we're adding to both sides. So a negative 29 and a positive 29 make 0. I want you to bring down 6x. Write your equal sign on the T. And you're going to do the operations on this side. 25 plus 29. First we're going to do 5 plus 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Carry the 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. Very good. All right. So again, I'm going to make the coefficient blue. What's the coefficient here? It is 6. 6x equals 54. What number times 6 gives you 54? Well, how do we figure this out? What do we have to do to both sides? What is the second step, really? You're going to do what? You're going to get a divorce. You're going to divide both sides by 6. That's what I wanted to hear. Good job. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. Okay, so now you get x by herself. Now we have 54 divided by 6. So we're going to skip count by 6. Remember how to do that? It is 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. Ah, that's a lot. How many tallies did I write? How many tallies are that? That's 5 plus 4. What's that? It's 9. Very good. It is 9. Let's check our answer, which x is 9. Let's write the original equation. 6x minus 29 equals 25. Okay, so 6 in parentheses. Okay, what is x? Again, x is 9 minus 29. Does it equal 25? What's 6 times 9? Remember, 6 times 9 is what? It's 54. If you subtract 29, does it give you 25? So let's think about this, okay? If 25 plus 29 is 54, then isn't 54 take away 29, 25? It is. So 25 equals 25, and put a check.